Welcome back to another video if you're returning, and welcome to the channel if you are new. Today we're going to be starting with a returning series that I started last year, which is team by team breakdown of all 32 NFL teams, and starting today with the Baltimore Ravens, so we'll get right into it. Last season the Ravens were very good, 13-4, first in the AFC North, first in the AFC. Ended up losing in the conference championship to the Chiefs, but overall a very successful season. Looking at what changed starting with their losses, there's definitely a lot of big ones in here. Patrick Queen was a big loss. A lot of losses on defense here. Jadeveon Clowney, Geno Stone, Ronald Darby, Rock Yassin, Titus Bowser, Trayvon Mullen. And then on offense, you're losing Duvernay and Gus Edwards, not huge losses. Also losing some offensive line in Kevin Zeitler and Morgan Moses. Losing Odell Beckham Jr. as well, backup quarterback in Tyler Huntley. J.K. Dobbins, not a huge loss because he never really played anyway due to injury. But definitely a lot of players that were lost, and definitely some high-end talent on defense. Looking at their notable additions, really their only offseason action through free agency was signing Derrick Henry, which was obviously a big move and is a massive upgrade for anything that they had at the running back position before. I think Derrick Henry is going to be an amazing addition to this offense. Pairing him with Lamar Jackson, just a lot of rushing attack and threat for the Ravens now. Also bringing Deontay Hardy as just depth receiver. As for the draft class, you got Nate Wiggins in the first round. I thought it was great value picking him at 30. Then you get Roger Rosengarten in the second round. Solid tackle. Should fill the hole on the O-line left by Morgan Moses leaving. Then down the board, Adisa Isaac. Tez Walker also adds to that receiver room. TJ Tampa, who I do like and I thought they got good value for. And then just a few late round picks, just depth. So, looking at their opponents for next season, obviously their AFC North opponents, the Steelers, Bengals, and Browns. And then you're playing the AFC West and NFC East in addition to the Bills, Texans, and Buccaneers. So it's definitely not an easy schedule at all. You're playing in probably is the toughest division in the NFL, being the AFC North. So that's 6 tough games right there. And then the Eagles, Bills are definitely also good teams that you're playing at home, and then away, the Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, and Buccaneers could all cause problems. I would say the Chargers could also pose a threat. And then Commanders, Broncos, Raiders, and Giants are more of we'll see. I think the Ravens are probably definitely better teams, though, but it's overall a very tough schedule. So looking at a potential ceiling, I have it 13-4, which would match their record last season. I do think you'll see in every scenario here, ceiling, floor, and prediction, that I have them just splitting every team in their division. I just think it's a really competitive division, and I think all the teams are talented, and divisional games are always closer than regular games. So I just think it would make sense that it may not be they win all the home games, lose all the away games, but that's just how I have it here, as I do think that's probably a likely scenario. And then I think the Ravens in a ceiling scenario probably only drop one game outside of their division matchups. So that being probably one of the Chiefs, Texans, Cowboys, Eagles, and then maybe Bills or Bucks, but I think probably more likely one of the teams I listed earlier. In this case, I have it being losing to the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Alternatively, looking at a floor, I have it 10-7. I do think overall in the offseason they got slightly worse, but very slightly. So they could be not as good as they were before at that 13-4. However, it is possible, as I had it as their ceiling. But also with the addition of a tougher schedule, I think that they could possibly be at a lower win total. Here, it's still double digit, still 10. And as I said, still have them splitting all their divisional opponents and then losing to the Chiefs, Eagles, Texans, and Commanders. I think in a floor scenario, you probably drop maybe 3 of those tougher games that I had mentioned, that being the Eagles, Chiefs, and Texans, and then maybe like another random loss in there to a team that you wouldn't really expect. In this case, I have the Commanders, but it could be a team like the Raiders or maybe like the Chargers or Buccaneers. As for my prediction for the Ravens next season, I think that they're going to be around about 11-6, a step down record-wise from last season, but the team, I would say, is slightly worse, and the schedule is just more difficult. So in this scenario, I have them again splitting all their division opponents, losing to only the Eagles at home, could also be the Bills, and then away losing to the Chiefs and Texans, as I think those are clearly their 2 toughest away matchups outside of their division. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the Baltimore Ravens. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Different thoughts, let me know. I would love to hear feedback and overall opinions on this format of video. I will be doing 2 a week for one of every team, and it should go through the entirety of the summer until around about mid-August. So yeah, thanks for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more. Bye.